Getting started. First, we review our plan, and then we talk about what's next. So Friday, we put on hedge. Actually, we put on hedge about at 56.45, and then it went above it. It gave me a little bit of stress over the weekend because Friday seemed like the price action is so strong, and I was already in short future. So after I reviewed SPX option chains and all the price actions on the SPX from Friday, I realized there was no actual SPX calls beyond the JP Morgan callers. So that made me feel a little bit better. And then, so clearly, by now you all know STRAD, right? So 56.69 is last month's high, 15 minutes reversal down. And if you missed it, it gave you 3 opportunities to enter. Here, and then at the retest here, right? And then here, clearly 3 moving averages cross downward, right? So plus in my plan, I said below 56.30 is bearish, right? And downside target is what, 55.70 to 55.50. And so here, base drop, you should be also trying to bring the trend line support too. So here, if you didn't short here, clearly you have shorting signal. And you could have just moving the stop loss down. There's really no any defense. The whole day, today's price action, I didn't call a lot of buying until the end of the day. It reminds me August price action. When price coming into major demand zones, futures, there's no buying. Futures, there's no buying at all. So why we have been watching this level for a long time, right? We've been talking about, if you go back to my planning channel, we've been talking about this for the whole August. So that's the trend line resistance and became support. So I've been watching this zone. But if you look at the SPX volume, what did I just do? There's no volume. Let's look at daily. So here, 56.16, right? Below it, there's only tiny support at 54.40. Basically, August, the first week, the carry trade, the drop, and then market price came back up so fast, so it didn't leave much volume. So basically, if market wanted to, it could go all the way back down to 53.70. That's why today, and then I watched the Wix price action is just not making sense. We've been expecting this ES because hourly, the wave 4 never printed. So we were waiting for this wave 4 to print. And today finally I've done that. But the 4 is a band. It doesn't mean it's gonna stop here. Could always go down to 54.40. What did I say on daily? 54.40 is that support, little support here, right? So tomorrow job number, if the job number is good, well, today's the economic data is really bad. Everything overall. So manufacturer PMI is not good, less than expected, and service PMI, manufacturing price went up. So that meaning, I don't know, the inflation, is it real or not real? I don't know. No one knows what's happening. So Jay Powell doesn't want to cut price, doesn't want to cut rate with inflation data so good. There got to be something is not telling us. So anyway, so tomorrow, 55.37 is small resistance, not big, but the major one is 55.60. This area above is really strong. Ideally, it come back here, 55.87, and then come back down, because the bounce less, the drop is going to be deeper. So I think we're going to have the today another bad news was the Japan. They're saying, okay, now market is stabilized, so they might want to think about reading REIT again, with meaning the carry trade talk is back in picture. So if Japan raise 25 basis point again, US may have to raise 50 basis point. But the problem is with us, we can't afford the deflation because the debt level is so high. We have to have inflation in order to pay the debt. So anyway, tomorrow, you see 55.37 also week to week. Overnight it went there and then dropped back down. So that's already tested. And now 55.61 is the weekly level, right? I said when ESNQ had a weekly breakdown, I called out and said, hey, weekly breakdown. If we drop below 54.67, what does that mean? Meaning we could go back all the way to 53.50 weekly level. So it's not looking very pretty. Now NQ definitely dropped a lot more. It already came back down to this level. And so with weekly breakdown, I also called out, we could go back all the way to 18514, basically 18,500 possible. And it depends how NVIDIA wants to go. NVIDIA price action, the whole semiconductor price action, it has not been very good. So SOXX, last time we did the market recap was 1-2, I said it's going to come back down, right? So it may actually come back down to 180 area. Eventually, I'm not saying this week or this month, but SMH is a lot better. So today you could also win long on SQQQ, like at open clearly 3 moving areas up. You can do like 5 minutes, see, and then you can, if you didn't go long here, you could still go long here and stop loss below. So you will have done well, SOXS, right? So sometimes I use 5 minutes because we already know where the downside target is for ES and NQ. The good part about using STRAD, we know exactly where the price action is going to be. So it's NVIDIA is really not that great either. NVIDIA hourly wave structure has changed. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if NVIDIA come back to drop, retest the 90 some area, that's where ES probably going to test at 53.70. I think after the recut October, we may have something really. So I imagine, I really think September it's going to be 50 points recut. They what he should have done August 25, September 25, and then 25, 25, 4 times. But he always think he's right. So anyway, he was slow to act on the inflation and he's slow to act on the cut. So anyway, so now we have a plan. So ideally come back down in this area and then we go long. Probably going to go to 56.80. by the time recut, September 18th. When that happens, what do? We acted all long positions, and then wait for October or the end of September to drop. And so crude oil today was very bearish, and we tried to go long twice, stopped out, and then forget it. Why forget it? Because dollar is getting weaker. If dollar getting weaker here, drop back down, crude oil is gonna drop. But gold hit the mid Bollinger Bands. And last week we were talking about 2,500. Watch 2,500. It didn't. It hit the 55.04 before went back up. So if dollar start dropping here, gold, copper, silver, those commodities should go back up. And let's look at the crude oil. I always start like weekly. It's clearly weekly, another weekly breakdown. And this is trendline support, horizontal support, all breaking. So the only small support is this area. Basically this area. That was the initial, the very beginning where we went long. Now it's all back. So it's really bearish. If dollar continue to be weaker, the crude oil may have more to drop. So let's see how price react from here. For now, we have a positive divergence on 30 minutes time frame, but no slowing down for now. Bitcoin also weekly breakdown here. We've been watching 56. This level 56,000. This level apparently didn't stop, right? Right now it's 55, so we're gonna look at 53, 54. That's where we went long actually on the BITX. 22, $22, 22.60, I think. I think we are gonna retest here, but it's in this huge bull flag area. On the daily time frame, BTC still on the wave 5 up eventually. So hourly is 1, 2, 3. I assume somewhere here, and then go back up here, and then come back down to, I'm thinking 54,000 area. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. So what else? Dollar yield. The good trade, I think this yield is the best trade. We went long here. I got 400 shares. Pretty quick, got me about 10K, not 10K, 1K. 1K? I think it's 1K. No, how much? Yeah, about $1,000. And then I visibly saw this dropped. It should drop more. Look at here. Should drop more. So if you're holding, this clearly a bull flag, consolidate and one more. So I'm gonna take a little bit profit at 64. Today even IWM dropped a lot. It is in this support area, but weekly breakdown, the first target hit here. The second target could go to 206. Now the MACD is about to cross over down. Does it mean it's going to drop? No, it could just simply do this and then go back up. So IWM on daily, you know what will be the worst? if J. Paul September said we are not going to cut reach, I think the market is going to drop all the way to, I don't know, 5,100. Probably market going to be so mad at J. Paul and just gave him a huge middle finger. I'm very mad at this guy. This guy's ridiculous. He's useless. He's worse than useless. Excuse my French. I mean, he made us go through all this like menopause mode in the market. One day is hot, the other is the cold and have a hot flash and cold flash. This is like a jerk. It made us going through all this 3 years just because him doesn't know when to act. He cannot pull trigger. So if you look at IWM, it's not bullish as Tom Lee. Look at here, it's clearly want to drop. So I'm not really convinced IWM is going to lead in the rest of the year. Although Tom Lee said September, well, it's going to have 40% rally. It's going to have 40% rally IWM before year end. 40%, how much would that be? That'd be $80? $80, that would put IWM to 300. No way, Jose. There's no way. Look, if IWM by the end of the year go to 300, I will literally buy Tom Lee the most expensive program for a year. Okay, mark my word. I don't think IWM is gonna go there. I mean, there is I was already pressed in. IWM price action already pressed in this year 4 cuts, like 100 basis points. So if September cut 25, it may not even do anything. Let's look at the hourly. Hourly 1, 2, 3, same as ES. So it could come down to 209 to 206 before recut and go back up. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so that's and Dow Jones also have weekly breakdown. Yeah. Just have a target right there. 4,800. And then the lower, let's look at daily time frame. Daily time frame, this is the first support, but I think it may get broken. Let me see. See, he's trying to support is so high. He's the most bullish among all the 4 indices. Let's look at hourly. Hourly, this is support, the initial W area. If this area broken, 4,700, I think the worst is 40 to 200 area. So far, I don't have any position on this. Okay, so ASTS was one of the tickers I was watching today. It's green. I don't know whether you guys know. So I'm in that. I got 500 shares. I'm in it. So target is 41. So if you really go to 41, I will make quite a bit of money. So let's see whether it's going or not going. Another ticker of ours. This market is so ridiculous. XLRE. Don't you think that's the most rate sensitive stuff? It went up. XLRE went up the whole last 3 weeks. And AMT is one of our swing tickers. And upside target 240 in our swing channel. So that's ANAT. ANAT right now is the daily wave 4 down. And upside target is pretty high, 390, some ridiculous number, 390. Okay, so far it has not. It come back down to W bottom, and I like this candle. I see how tomorrow goes. If tomorrow go open about 327, probably do call or buy some shares on this. Labu came back to the support. Labu dropped so much. Actually, I'm a little bit surprised. You can't really see weekly candle. It's so. It also weekly breakdown, but it's also reached the target too. Let's look at daily. Daily here, the first target hit, the second target is somewhere about 120. So every time it comes down below 120 area, we'll be on watch. If you look at it here, it really sideways. There's no lower low, and high, higher high, lower high. It may come back down to make a lower low. I can't imagine make a lower low, because if we do cut read, they should be benefiting this, but so far it doesn't look bullish to me. So anyway, 60 minutes, I have a tiny long position on it. I think I did a 130 call for October or the end of September. Well, if it's the end of September drop here, then I'm doomed. So I will see how tomorrow goes. If tomorrow is not good, I might put either cut loss or put a collar on. So that's really, I think everything depends. Overnight, I already have another daily breakdown. It's really not that far from our 54.90. The more it drops here, the less the bond's gonna be. So if it go really high, come back to here, the drop probably to 5,500, and that will be it. But overnight, if already dropped to 54.50, then for sure 370, it may not be that far-fetched. So anyway, so I wouldn't chase to short now. I acted a short ES position because it hit my target, and I don't want to think about it overnight. So if it's overnight, it's to drop and drop to this area, which is not that far, then the bounce could be really light. So anyway, so if you don't have a long position, wait until wave 4 print, wave 5 on the 30 minutes. So hourly is ready, but 30 minutes, 15 minutes should have another leg down. So let's see how far it bounces overnight. So far during the day, there's no buying. I was watching the tape whole day. Overnight has a little bit, but during the daytime, just so thin, the volume. I think people are very worried. The carry trade coming up. So I was watching wicks the whole day. It's not making any sense for an hourly wave 4 correction have this kind of wicks movement. So that's why I'm a little bit taken back and kind of being very conservative about going long at this point. It reminds me the beginning of August. So let's see. Yeah, today it really dropped deeper. I was expecting ES to 55.50, which overshoot. I'm thinking maybe 55.20. Wow, today it's crazy. What a day. So if you did the bear put spread with me, you could have done well. But again, when you hedge your position, you can really hedge, like, it's hard to hedge the whole portfolio. you better off hedging positions like if you have SOXL, you use SOXS to hedge. So hedging the whole portfolio, it requires a huge amount of capital. That's why shorting future, if you short full contract ES, this 150 points multiply 50, you pocket 7,500 per contract. But if you have two contracts, you made a good amount of money, right? With your risk really small. Your stop loss is never touched. If you short here, your stop loss get stopped out once. But if you short here and here, your stop loss was never touched. And it only requires $30,000 capital, shorting two contract. I think shorting may require more initial premium, initial margin. And then overnight maintenance margin different, but overnight you already acted most of your, if you're still shorting it, your stop loss should be here. I wouldn't put my stop loss 40 points, so I'm all out. I was thinking if I stopped out overnight, I might just as well. And then we can reshort. If ES come back up to ideally this area, 5680, 56, this area, and then we short again, that will have a lot more meat. So it's hard to say with job number in the morning. If job number is good and then market is not moving, it definitely something is going on with Japan. So the Japan made an announcement saying that now market has been stabilized and they could think about reading REIT again. So if Japan reading REIT, I hope US can read more too, so we don't go through another round of carrot trade scare. That's really disgusting. I mean, the more we are doing this, follow this price action to a smaller time frame, I'm more disgusted how manipulative this market is. I mean, look at a Friday. If you look at the Twitter, YouTube, almost everyone's calling breakout bullish, right? They're going to sky, 5,800 is coming. And with us shorting, I was like, oh shit, are we doing the wrong thing? But turns out we did good. But then again, hedging, as I said, unless you short 4 or 5 contract future, it's hard to hedge the whole portfolio. It's better off to hedge the position. So I had a SOXL sold cover call, and then I went long on SOXS. So that's how I had my position. And today I did go long on FNGU. I added a little bit of SOXL. And I really do like Amazon. So and Google 155 is really good price. So I can't help bought FNGU. It could be wrong though, but I bought a very small position, so I'm not concerned. Nike down 1,400 point. How many percent? I don't follow Japanese market too much. So anyway, so tomorrow job number, if it's good, we might see bounce to 55.60 to 55.80 and then come back down. So that's, we can buy put. If ES bounce after the wave 4 print. Oh, and you can buy put and short ES or NQ, whatever instrument you like more. So we have Russell already take out the first level. I haven't shared this chart yet. this one would be here. That would be really too far away. That's IWM almost back to 200 area. And so I'm going to give this levels. This is also true, Dow Jones. Okay, this 41 level and dropped. Also perfect 60-minute reversal. Your stop loss is never tested. But anyway, so it's hard to short everything. So I usually just short one instrument, so you don't have to watch whole thing. I don't know. They said women can multitask. I don't know. I'm not a woman, I guess. I have a hard time to go long and short like multiple positions. Even though I keep saying you set limit order and then stop loss, but I can't help but looking at the charts. It's just, I don't know, that's how I am wired, I guess. So anyway, overnight NQ had another daily breakdown. Then the next one would be really 18,650 and 18,500. I think NQ, that's maybe where we're going, but it could also, after this week, and then made higher low, goes there. That's what I'm thinking. It's not that far from here. It could just come back down here and then go back up. So that's hourly week 5 up to about 20,000 area. So let's see how it goes overnight and tomorrow morning. And that's it. We be careful. Don't over position your. Always leave some cash in case. So today I didn't even buy a lot. Usually I would today like this, like I'll probably load and load, but since we still have wave 5 down, so we could always wait. The thing is, sometimes NQ get really bullish earlier, and then you couldn't get the ticker you want. But hey, look, there is always other good trades, right? So anyway, so semiconductor LRCX is all really bad. It dropped so much. ASML, every single semiconductor dropped a lot. So anyway, let's be careful. Just keep cash on the side. And then if it drop really come back down to this level, then we'll just really load all in. All in, no margin. Please don't use margin, okay? It said Jay told me go all in. Okay, now 30 minutes breakout. So this is the strat, right? But we don't use 30 minutes. If you use 15, if you want to go long, you could, I guess. But the stop loss 10 point a little high, so you could do NQ or look at 5 minutes what's happening. So 5 minutes reversal up, right? 5 minutes. You could put your stop loss. There's really no good stop loss because this candle is kind of big. So anyway, this is 30 minutes reversal up. Your first target is 55.32, and then 55.37 already tested. So I'm hoping it come back to this area. That's ideal, and then drop. So if that's the case, probably 55, that'll be it. If you only goes here and then drop, then I'm thinking 54.40 could be possible. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. And so now we have a plan. Think after pull out the chart and think what I said and how you prepare. Like I gave you the plan, but you have to know how to use the plan. If you just listen and say, ha ha ha, okay, and then it doesn't register, it's not going to benefit anything. So I usually give you all the scenarios, right? So all the scenarios say did you like pre-market? It's clearly so neat and clean. You can ask a better shorting on 60-minute time frame have 6 points. How beautiful is that, right? And then the RR is ridiculously good. There's no under any circumstances, there's no testing your stop loss. Perfect day for shorting, right? Yeah. That's what I'm worrying about. That's why I'm like very concerned the whole day. Today's VIX action, it tells me that it's just last time when price drop and come to major demand level, VIX just keep going up. Just clearly broad information, right? And then no future, no buying. So today I saw the same thing. I'm like, oh my gosh. That's why I'm kind of upset with J. Paul. If he raised the rate cut the rate already, it would have been, you know what? That's even worse, right? If we cut rate, they raise rate. That makes the carry trade even worse. But at least our asset price going up, whoever has to unwind the carry trade would act in less position, would act in less position to cover that margin. I mean, I can't imagine someone after a month still in that carry trade. I just can't imagine. I just can't. So if in November, Kamala is elected, next year I don't even know what J. Paul gonna do. I mean, if I were J. Paul, as soon as Kamala is elected, if I were him, I would quit. There's no way out. No way out. Because they are gonna spend even more. She's even more radical than Joe Biden. So whatever you're seeing now is like a piece of cake. It's like I don't know, grapes to oranges. So if Joe Biden is a grape, like Kamala is orange, she's talking about giving $25,000 for the first time home buyer. So whoever hasn't bought a house in the last 2-3 years will be benefiting from this. You know what? I haven't bought a house in the last 2 years, but I'm not a first time home buyer though. You have to buy primary home too. And then they're probably gonna dump chunk of money to Ukraine and illegals in California. I don't know. We have a lot of people in our group in California. I don't know how you guys feel about Newsom. They have a new policy, give someone what $135,000 on the and then restriction on the interest rate. Look, who would give you mortgage? Who is willing to give you mortgage? And then when your rate has to be like the market rate is, I don't know, 5.5%, 6%. And Newsom said, hey, you can't do that. You have to be 2%. I don't know. I wouldn't sell a house. So no one's going to be willing to sell a house, and people inventory is going to be way low, and the rent is going to be way high because no house available to sell on the market. And then Kamala is talking about the price control, right? Price control meaning, okay, I gave you the worst quality product. If I cannot make this product using the price you gave me, I will just reduce the price quality. And there is going to be black market, and people is willing to pay more for better quality product. And so we're just all going to eat the bad stuff in the grocery store. Grocery store doesn't have good margin. They're like a mass selling with small margin. That's what Walmart and Dollar General, Five Below kind of making money. But if they control how much you can sell a loaf of bread. I don't know. I don't eat bread usually. I mean beef. So anyway, it's bad. Anyway, so that's 2 months from now. And let's not get ahead ourselves. Let's see how overnight price action gonna go. See if we win long on 5 minutes. Now you should move your stop loss up to at least your entry. And you know, you might get 30, 40, 80 points ideally. All the way to at least 55, 60, that would be good. Okay, all right, that's all I get. And tomorrow morning I'll see you. And good night. Bye.